You just take a fucking knee.
Says up on Pornhub. Sorry for your weird masturbation session.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Where is the... Hold on a second. There we go. Sorry about that. It's been a kind of a hectic day around here. We're getting a pretty bad snowstorm, so yeah, that's part of the reason why I couldn't go tomorrow, because I don't know when I'm getting the fuck home, if at all. So, yeah. Plus, I have to go to the grocery store, possibly. So, that's why we can't do it tomorrow. I wish we could. Sarah's not going to be with us tonight. She's feeling under the weather. She will be in the chat. But I do have, and we're going to argue, people. We're going to argue. I can tell. I can see it in Coop's eyes already.
No, that's why
I've
got
Coop.
the screen ready off to the side, so I stayed cool.
Well, it's going to be one of those first things we jump into. Also have Bobbit with me. How you doing tonight, Bobbit?
I'm doing good. I'm finally getting over my illness.
Good. That's good.
Good.
All right, so let's get into Week 16. Interesting week this week was. Didn't really watch. Go ahead.
I just want to start off. I think I called it at the beginning of the year. Somebody from the NFC North or NFC East is going to win with a 7-9 record.
You said they were going to have a losing record. You didn't say 7-9.
Get this. If the Giants win their game, and I think Washington loses, the Giants get into the playoffs with a 6-10 record.
Yep.
That would be historic.
If the Giants win and Washington loses, the Giants get in with the 6-10, or the Giants get in with the 6-10 record.
Yep.
Washington has to win this game.
Team can make the playoffs. That is crazy.
Well, the NFC East is
never happened before.
Quite laughable. That's all I can say. I'm doing good, Rayshawn. How about you? Coop or Trek Alpha? Ryan, how's it going, Ryan? Yeah, and Sarah. We're going to talk about your Colts, Sarah. Oh, we're going to talk about your Colts. That's why I wish you were here.
Poor Sarah.
And look, I called it. I said it. They are a smoke and mirrors team.
Yep.
Smoke and mirrors, man. They're good against the weaker teams. And this is why I think the game against Green Bay was because we're going to talk about that. Coop. This is where I'm going to start my argument with you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because of what you said 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. About what? Green Bay?
About Green Bay.
What? How they're not good on the run defense?
How they're fake.
They're fake. Yeah, I mean, like I say, that's why I think the Bills are doing so well is because they've been getting off of weak opponents. So it's like. I still think that like the NFC North has been pretty weak. Like they have the Bears right now. The Bears right now in the playoffs right now.
Okay.
And the Bears are not that good on offense, right? We've been saying that all year.
Okay.
So that's just like Green Bay obviously is one of the best teams in the NFC. In fact, I think they're the best team.
I think they're best team in football.
Now,
hold on. We'll talk about it. And here's why. We'll talk about it when we get to the rankings. I still don't have them as the number one team. I think they can beat Buffalo. In fact, I know they can beat Buffalo. They have that dynamic offense that fucking Buffalo cannot defend. Look at what New England did to them on their first fucking drive. What happened on that first drive? Then they decided to go away from it. They decided to throw the ball all over the field. And there's a team in particular that I want to talk about that should have run the ball all over the field instead of throwing it. And I think you know who I'm talking about. But we'll get into that.
Should we start off from the first games?
Well, yeah, I'm going to get there. I didn't really pay attention to the Vikings and Saints, and the Saints putting up 52 on Minnesota. Minnesota doesn't have the team that they did 2 years ago or last year even. So I don't want to fucking hear, oh, the Saints are legit. They are, but they're not as good as Green Bay. Green Bay, and people will be like, well, Green Bay lost to Minnesota. So Green Bay kicked the shit out of Minnesota at the beginning of the year. So what are you trying to say?
So what's now? Is Kirk Cousins going to be a free agent after this season?
I think he's got one more year left.
Yeah, they might find a new home.
But it's not his fault. He put up 300 yards this past week.
That's true. Yeah,
he's not bad. Their offense is fine. It's their defense that is. They put up 33 points against the best defense in the league, according to fucking everybody in the fucking the pundits.
Well, for Alvin Kamara getting 6 touchdowns, that's pretty embarrassing.
Minnesota does not have the defense they had over the last few years. It's a completely different team. So I'm not going to sit here and say that Minnesota getting 52 points put up on them by New Orleans is a shock, because everybody's been putting up points against Minnesota this year. Green Bay put up, I can't even remember what Green Bay put up against them. I think 42. The first game of the season.
Yeah, and you've gone to go against them twice now, right?
Yes, we lost one and we won one. The reason why Green Bay lost that game was because Matt LaFleur, the wind, is going to be a factor. We have to run the ball, and that's fine. But Green Bay couldn't stop the run at the time because half their roster was out, not making excuses. You look at what Green Bay did this past Sunday, it's a completely different team. I am not shitting on Green Bay's defense anymore. They have a legit defense. You cannot throw on this team. You cannot. 121 yards passing by Tennessee. And Tannehill has been putting up fucking numbers this year.
Yeah.
Green Bay shut their run down. Derrick Henry had 23 carries for 98 yards. But usually when he has 23 carries like that, he has 160, 170 yards rushing. That, to me, said a lot about Green Bay. They took away one thing, and because their back end is so fucking good, they took everything that Tennessee threw at them. They had nothing. This is why I think Green Bay is the best team in football. As of right now, they're not number one in my book because Kansas City, and we're going to talk about it now. We might as well get it out in the open. Coop thinks the Bills are the best team in football. I think, honestly, and here, I want you to hear me out before you start arguing with me. The only reason I cannot put, and I've been saying this for 3 weeks now, Buffalo may be one of the 2 best teams in football at this moment in time. And I do completely agree with that. But I cannot justify putting them at number 1 because they got thoroughly ass-canned by Kansas City the first time they played them. That is why I cannot justify jumping Buffalo over Kansas City. Do I think Buffalo is better than Kansas City now? Yeah, I do.
That's my reasoning for all this, because your reasoning is because the statistics-wise, they have a game over them, and they have 2 wins over them and clinched their first place. So technically, yeah, they are, ranked number 1. But right now, when it comes to teams, which I think are playing at the top level, Buffalo, in my opinion, the top team still
But
And
you
that's
could
that's
also
that's
make an
fine.
argument for Green Bay after watching them last night. Did you watch that last or Sunday
No,
night?
no, I actually.
Holy shit.
Holy
My God, if you haven't watched it, watch it.
What? Who are
Oh
they?
my
Sorry. Oh, they were
Lord.
against the Titans on Sunday night.
Yes. They killed 40-14 in a blizzard. In a blizzard. Aaron Rodgers fucking 250 yards and he was throwing the ball like there was no snow on the fucking ground. AJ Dillon, Aaron Jones was hurt, Jamal Williams was out. AJ Dillon, second round pick this year, hasn't been playing because he doesn't understand the offense yet. 23 carries, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. You cannot tell me that Green Bay is not one of the, if not the best team in football right now. I would put Buffalo and Green Bay at the very top if I was doing it just like Coop. But again, Kansas City just keeps winning. They find
Barely.
I don't care.
Talk about
I
this.
don't care if they only scored 17 fucking points. I don't care if they didn't fucking look great. They're finding ways. That's what championship caliber teams do. They find a way to win. This is why Kansas City, Miami, back in 2000, I want to say 2000. Think about this. Back in 2000, Green Bay, or now I fucking lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
Great Miami going in 2000.
Oh, no, the Hurricanes, Miami Hurricanes. In 2000, they had Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, Jonathan Vilma, Clinton Portis. Their offensive line, I mean, they had essentially an NFL team, a young rookie NFL team as their roster. Their entire secondary all went in the first round. They had 2 linebackers go in the first round that year. They had 2 defensive players, I think, went in the first 3 rounds that year. Their offense, they had Clinton Portis. They had Andre Johnson. They had, I mean, think about this for a minute.
That was a dominant team then.
And they played Boston College, who hadn't won a game in 3 years and only beat them by 3 points. They found a way to win. And I know college and pro is completely different, but if you look at what I think what it is, Kansas City is coming to find out is they're getting the best shot of every team that they play. And if you're a Super Bowl champion, you have a mark on your back. We are coming for you, and even if we're 0-15, we're going to give you everything we got to beat you. And who did they play this past weekend?
The
Falcons. But then again, the Falcons, I'm not. They're
That was a
probably
close
the
game.
best
See, like-
4-win team in football right now.
I know, but like to me, I didn't know if that was a close game because it was like not
No.
more of a defensive
They
game.
had. Kansas City had an off game.
They have been having off for weeks.
It's getting tougher. It's
But
just like I just said.
See, that's what I mean.
Green
is
Bay.
Kansas
Green
City.
Bay.
you say
Okay,
it's getting
so
tougher.
back in
You're saying it's getting
2011.
tougher.
But Coop, back in 2011. Hold on. Back in 2011, Green Bay went 15-1. They were barely winning games. But they were winning games because their offense was just so juggernautish that nobody could outscore them. Their defense was absolutely horrible. But this is when Green Bay's defense took a shit as year after the Super Bowl. Because the year after the Super Bowl, their defense was probably the best in the league. And that's why they won the Super Bowl, is because their defense made stops. But you could be a juggernaut, score 56 points, and give up 49.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean they're finding ways to win. Kansas City is finding ways to win. So when we're talking about Buffalo and Kansas City, Buffalo's had a pretty tough schedule. Or Kansas City's had a pretty tough schedule.
Yeah.
Look at who they've played.
Mm-hmm.
They've played Baltimore. Who else? Huh?
That's
Did they
one
play the
thing that
Steelers?
just they've had a lot of they have a much tougher schedule than Buffalo's had. You know,
And but I think Buffalo is legitimate, but I cannot justify taking Kansas City off the number one spot just because Buffalo's looking better at this given point in time. That's not fair to Kansas City. All the work that they put in all year, you just can't do it. You just can't do it.
Yeah, they because the Chiefs they're in a much tougher division in my opinion than the Bills because they go against the Chargers with Justin
I
Herbert
don't
with
know. Why? I mean, Miami. What other playoff team is in?
the Patriots didn't look that good this year. Maybe at the beginning for the first like 2 or 3 games,
Well,
but
we're
then
gonna find out how good the Bills are when they play the Dolphins.
yeah, well that's why thing is I just don't think the Dolphins because they're going back and forth between quarterbacks right now with Tua and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Right now I think they got Fitzpatrick in. So it's like they don't have that solid quarterback right now, which I just think that that doesn't make them a playoff caliber team to me if they're undecided with who they're going at quarterback. So
I mean, but
well, the Chiefs they have the Chargers, they have the Raiders, and they had the Broncos. Broncos weren't that tough this year, but Chargers and Raiders they put up a fight this year a little bit. So I think they're tougher opponents than the Jets and the Dolphins and the Patriots this year, in my opinion.
I mean, but I looking at like but back to the Vikings and Saints. I mean, everybody's scoring 35 points against the Bucking Vikings this year. Buccaneers at Lions. I mean, come on.
Track, you proud of that one?
I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm talking about Tampa Bay here. I'm still not. I mean, they're playing Detroit, and they didn't even have a coaching staff there. Yeah. All of their fucking Daryl Bevel wasn't there. Their offensive coordinator wasn't there. Defensive coordinator wasn't there. So they were in discombobulation before this game even fucking started. They had no consistency. So
talk about
I'm gonna take what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did to the fucking Lions with a grain of salt because Tampa Bay has not looked that good. Tampa Bay
well,
has
we
not.
do
They
know
have
Tampa
looked.
Bay is making the
They
playoffs.
they. Why can Brady kiss your ass? He kicked your ass this past weekend.
At least they brought them into the playoffs. At least though.
Yeah, well, don't expect them to win the game in the playoffs. Don't expect they're out in the first round. Um, depending on who they play. It's like no, that they aren't going to lose in the first round. They'll lose in the second round for sure. And they have an opportunity. Green Bay, all Green Bay has to do is win next week, and they're they get the bye. Um, New Orleans has to win. I do believe in order to get the number 2 seed, and Seattle's now if Green Bay loses and everybody else wins, Seattle gets the number 1 seed. I think something like that. So it's really confusing. Um, so that would leave Tampa Bay playing the winner of the NFC East. And if Tampa Bay wins, they will play either Green Bay or the number 2 seed.
I'm sure you would love to have a rematch against Tom
I would
Brady.
love to have a rematch with Tampa Bay up in Green Bay.
Yeah, I think that's one thing you're looking forward to.
Tampa Bay doesn't scare me at all.
You might get your wish.
If Green Bay loses that game, it wasn't because Green Bay took them for fucking granted again. Because that's exactly what they did fucking last time. They took them for fucking granted. Tampa Bay is whatever. Tampa Bay can toss my fucking salad. For as much as everybody talked about fucking Tampa Bay, I don't care. With the way Green Bay's fucking pass defense is right now, good luck, Tom Brady, trying to throw against it. Because they're just stopping everything. They might as well just run the ball. And then even that, I don't even know if that would work. If this team would have fucking played the team that in the fucking NFC chain, I think they would have beat San Francisco. I really fucking do. This team is way better than
we might. Speaking of San Francisco, we might as well go on to them beating the Cardinals. Once again, the Cardinals shit in the bed.
What did I say?
This year, they are this year's Titans. The fucking Cardinals have pissed me off this year.
What did I say? What did I say?
They're too young, man. They're too young. Not ready yet. They're not ready.
Bobbit, you're one that was on this bandwagon all fucking year.
I don't any kind of bandwagon.
Oh no. You think at the beginning of the year you said the Cardinals were going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I retracted that statement too, didn't I?
When?
About 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago. They may not even make the fucking playoffs this year.
Yeah, that's fortunate. They couldn't beat the 49ers.
Now, that being said, Jared Goff is out.
Jared Goff?
Who else is out? They're losing. Cooper Kupp is out.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp. That's for the Rams.
Yep, that's who the Cardinals play this week. Cooper Kupp is out.
Yeah, he's on COVID.
Cam Akers is out. Devin Henderson's out. So they have nobody. And Kyler Murray might even be out. He's got a bad ankle.
Wow.
Goff had surgery on his thumb. Broke his thumb. Played through it, but he broke his thumb.
Damn. I think that does it for the Rams then.
Yeah. Well, they're playing the Cardinals. Who knows? Like I said, Kyler Murray might be out. He's got a bum ankle right now. So you're going to be seeing two scrub quarterbacks, Wofford, and I can't even remember the other guy's name. I've never heard of him before. Dolphins at Raiders. I want to talk about that finish to that game. I understand face masks, but it's not like the guy was trying to. With these penalties today, there has to be intent. Correct?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Do you think him grabbing his face mask was intentional?
I didn't get to see the play, so that was my fault.
Oh my God.
I didn't get to see the play.
So, on the very next play, or on that play, Ryan Fitzpatrick, he had pressure in his face. And the guy that gets the face mask call was holding him, pushing him to the ground, and he reached out and he happened to grab his face mask, and he pulled him down by the face mask. At that time, he's got rid of the ball, and he completed the pass and gave him 15 extra yards and ended up kicking the game-winning field goal against the Raiders. So that's what happened. But I'm just seeing this intent with these helmet-to-helmet. I'm just calling it right now. They need to go to two-hand touch because this is getting fucking ridiculous. Every fucking time somebody takes every time somebody takes a shot, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
When watching football, what is football? I want to see some fucking people get hit.
Yeah, I want to see some hits. That's why I like football.
Not this, I'm going to pull you down by the jersey and call it a tackle. But then you get these fucking players that don't go down. Another thing that drives me nuts is there was a play, and I can't remember what it was, and I want to say it was Kansas City. Or somewhere in there, and the guy got tackled, and he had no forward momentum, and the offensive line is pushing him. Blow the fucking whistle. The guy isn't fucking moving anymore himself. He has 7 guys on him, fucking stopping him from going anywhere. I don't care if he's moving his legs or not. He's not going anywhere. But then they just let the play go, and they got like an extra 8 yards out of it because the offensive line came and pushed. No, that's not how this works. Forward momentum was stopped. Blow the fucking whistle. Call it game right there. That cost the team a game. That game. And I can't remember who it was. That pisses me off more than anything. Because back in the day, that would have been blown dead. And that rule needs to be changed back. Period. Bottom line, bullshit. And I think it was Kansas City. Because they got a fucking first down out of it and kicked a field goal. Bullshit. Terrible refereeing. That's just me, though.
I have to go back and watch some of the games. Gotta watch the ending for that.
Ravens.
We don't need to talk about the Browns and Jets.
Well, actually, we do. Because
Really?
that's the game I want to talk about.
Well, they had all their starters benched, right? Or they
No, they weren't benched.
They were playing.
Okay. You want this? I'm going to tell you this right now. What is the one thing Cleveland is really good at? No.
Shitting?
Who do they have in their backfield? They have probably 2 of the best running backs in the league, right?
Yeah, Kareem Hunt
and Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb, yeah.
Both I think both of them are 1,000-yard rushers, right?
Yep.
Why aren't they running the fucking ball? Why is Baker Mayfield throwing the ball 53 times?
No idea.
With no fucking receivers? He's not fucking Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers could probably do it. That would be a stretch. But then again, I don't think his coach is dumb enough to fucking throw it 53 times when he has 2 of the best running backs in the league when he doesn't have any fucking receivers to throw to. Run the fucking ball, man.
That sounds like
and I called it. New York Jets have a really good defense. Their back end is still good, even without Jamal Adams. And I want to talk about that motherfucker, too. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck the Browns were thinking. Because that just put here's another team that you do not want to play in the playoffs. And the Bills or the Steelers may end up having to play them. And that is Baltimore. Baltimore may very well be the 3rd best team in football right now. With the way they're playing, their defense looks really good. And here's the reason why I think the Bills will struggle is because they don't drop back and throw the ball. That secondary for Buffalo is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Their front 7, they're okay, but they aren't going to fucking stop a running attack like that consistently. Not going to happen. Because you look and see what fucking New England did to fucking Buffalo on that first drive. That's why I think the Ravens are probably better than the Bills right now.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they don't have to throw the ball to beat you. They use defense and running the ball to beat you. It's one thing that Buffalo is weak at, and that is stopping the run. You drop back and throw it 50 times, yeah, they're going to fucking beat you because they have one of the best secondaries in the league. Look at that secondary. You have Micah Hyde. You have Jordan Poyer. You have Tre'Davious White. And then you have a couple of other guys on the other side. Nickelback. They have their nickelback is probably could be a starter on any team. But if you run the ball and mix in the pass like the Ravens do, Buffalo struggles. Why do you think they've lost 3 games? Look at the 3 games that they've lost. What happened? What happened when they played Buffalo? Kansas City ran the fucking ball on them. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes got 300 yards, but that's because the running game was fucking working. That was the breakout game for Jordan. I think Jordan Hilaire or Edwards or whatever his fuck his name is. That was his breakout. He had like 100. What didn't he have like 130, 140 yards rushing in that game?
I can't remember how much.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if he's playing right now. Is he hurt still?
No,
or?
he's out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, he's out because of his ankle. He got a bad
Well,
knee.
I will say that I think for what Josh Allen, I think he went down as the most touchdowns in the franchise in the season for the Bills.
Okay.
That's pretty damn good for
I'm not saying I'm not,
quarterback.
I know who it is. Yeah, I know who it is, Aaron. I'm not saying that it's not. Josh Allen's not playing good. He is playing very good. He is playing very good. But so right now, the Ravens are looking like the team that they were last year. That's scary. Now they have a guy in the name of Des Bryant. He looked really fucking good Sunday. Trust me, I hear you. I hear you. If I am Buffalo, if I am Buffalo, I am hoping to God Pittsburgh loses. Which Mason Rudolph is starting, I guess.
Yep. Yes, he is.
Pittsburgh loses and Buffalo wins because you do not want to play Baltimore in the first round. You do not. They will beat you. And I think that is the game that will tell me, yeah, Buffalo was good, but they weren't real enough. Because I really think, and I truly, honestly, watching Baltimore over the last few games is starting to look like that team that was there last year. Lamar Jackson isn't trying to do everything. He's making plays when he has to. Finally, Harbaugh, I don't know why he waits until the end of the year to let fucking Lamar Jackson do his thing, because it looked like he pulled in the reins on Jackson a little bit this year. And a lot of it has to do with the receiving core that he has, too. Now he's got a receiver in Des Bryant that can say, look, guys, this is how this works. And it must be paying off because Marquise Brown is actually stepping up and making plays.
Exactly.
Made a couple of nice plays last couple of weeks. We'll see, though.
And then on top of that, you got fucking Jake Cousins, Gus Edwards.
Yep.
I mean, they're a dangerous, very dangerous team, and their defense is really good. They're a lot like Green Bay right now. They can both stop the run and the pass. I like Buffalo, but I don't like their defense as much as I like Baltimore's. That's the only problem I have with Buffalo. Yeah, they won 38-9 last night, right?
Yeah, 38-9 over Patriots.
Yeah, so look at the Patriots right now. What can you say?
Bears and Jaguars are the worst in the league.
Oh my God, they're bad. They're bad. They're bad.
Jaguars #1 pick. They're going for what? Who's that quarterback?
It's gonna be Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
The Rams at the Seahawks. Seahawks win the NFC West.
We needed that win over the Rams.
All right, I'm going to talk about Jamal Adams. What a sore fucking winner.
Yeah, he's a brat.
This guy has an attitude problem. I understand he's never been to the fucking playoffs. Be excited. Don't fucking shit all over the fucking team that fucking drafted you. It was not their fault. You're shitting on your former teammates, which is a pretty fucking disgusting thing to do.
Yeah.
Adam Gase is not the fucking problem there.
I think it's wrong.
I'm telling you, Coop. Get some fucking.
The GM needs.
The GM's gone. The GM's gone. They're going to get a new GM.
Yeah.
When they hire that new GM, if they fire Adam Gase, they fire Adam Gase. But the problem with the Jets isn't the fucking coaching staff. It's they have no fucking players. There's no.
They really took the chance and spent a lot of money on that Le'Veon Bell contract when he was a free agent.
Yeah, but that's
That
dead cap.
really holded up the cap space for them. Now that he's gone, that gives the Jets more room this year.
But they could have gotten players in the draft. There was players out there in the draft that they could have gotten, and they have not.
Mhm. We
That's
were sitting here last year, I think, and remember I called it that the first thing they needed to do was fix the offensive line, and that's what they went.
They went with that, got rid of everybody, kept one fucking guy. That's not how you fix an offensive line. They did draft the first round pick out of there, which is what they needed to do.
Yep.
They threw him into the fucking fire. And that get some veterans around these guys and get some help. Because you can't sit here and tell me that they don't have Sam Darnold, if he has time to throw the ball, he has Crowder. He has Rashard Perryman. I mean, there's talent there. But if you don't have time to throw the ball, that's bad. That's bad. And I don't think Sam Darnold's going anywhere. I don't think
fourth year. He's in his fourth year, and you need to find out what he's worth next year.
I don't think they are going to take a quarterback.
No, I don't. I think Trevor Lawrence should go to Jacksonville.
No. The only way the Jets were going to fucking draft another quarterback is if they were the number one pick. Because you don't pass up on a guy like that. And then they would have traded Sam Darnold for, because they're saying there's value there. They're saying there's value there. So I would let him, if you're not going to exercise his option, fine, don't exercise his option. Go ahead, be shitty for another fucking year, draft another quarterback without fucking putting anybody fucking around the guy, and you're going to be in the same fucking boat.
Okay, so far what they have is after Trevor Lawrence is expected to go number one is a guy named Penei Sewell from Oregon.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is. So.
What position does he play?
Offensive tackle.
Well, there you go. There's left tackle. Move that Marcus Becton to right tackle. He's a big 6'8", 360-pound offensive lineman. The right side of your offensive line, unless you're a left-handed quarterback, is your road grader side. That's where most of your runs come from. Justin Fields does not look like a first-round pick to me.
No? Okay.
No.
Apparently he's ranked number 3 overall, so.
He ain't gonna go number 3. He's a third-ranked player, but a lot of these guys, if you look at the draft last year, who was the best player in the draft last year?
Well, it's not Tua. I know you didn't like Tua.
It's not that I don't like
Burrow.
Tua. I just don't think he's a first-round pick. What?
Joe Burrow.
No.
No?
Chase Young. Chase Young was the best player coming out of the draft. He was the number one guy. But why did Cincinnati take him over Chase Young? Because they need offense more than they need defense. That's why. The best player in every draft doesn't always go first. This year, Trevor Lawrence is the best player in this draft. And anybody that wants to fucking say Justin Herbert, probably the second best quarterback last year. Joe Burrow, probably.
If he didn't get hurt, I think he'd be.
I think Justin Herbert is a little better than Joe Burrow. In my opinion. I'm not saying Joe Burrow's not a good quarterback. He is a very good quarterback. Justin Herbert is to me is a little better. There's more of an upside to Justin Herbert than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow isn't a guy that can scramble and get you yards. Trevor Lawrence is better than those guys combined. Trevor Lawrence, When Trevor Lawrence came out of high school, everybody's talking. This kid will be the number 1 pick in the draft. This kid is probably the best prospect to ever play college football, not named Andrew Luck.
That's crazy. After they just said Kyler Murray would just play two professional games.
Or let me rephrase that. This kid is better. They project him to be better than what Peyton Manning was.
Wow.
That's how good this kid is. If you've ever seen him play, yeah, he makes mistakes, but he's human.
He keeps his composure and fixes those
What's
mistakes.
funny to me is Mac Jones from Alabama, who is probably going to win the fucking Heisman, and I don't know why, plays on a team where he has more talent around him than anybody else. If you have listened to NFL guys talk about, and they were talking about it during the Dolphins Raiders game, they said there's a difference between Alabama Open and NFL Open. This is why I didn't like Tua coming out of college, and it's proven. The kid he didn't look good throwing the ball. He's afraid to throw in tight windows. Then why did you draft him in the first fucking round at that high of a level? You look at Joe Burrow, you look at Justin Herbert, you look at Trevor Lawrence. They throw people open. Tua doesn't. Tua expects them to be open. In the NFL, you have to throw somebody open, just like Aaron Rodgers does. Aaron Rodgers throws people open. When he throws the ball, he's throwing the ball to get that player open, and usually they are open. There's a huge difference. This is why Tua, to me, does not translate to a first-round pick. This is a reason to me that Mac Jones does not translate to a first pick, to a number 1 pick, or a first-round pick. I don't give a shit what these people say. I don't care. Mac Jones should win the Heisman because he's had good numbers, and if you're going to base it off of that, then why does anybody else ever fucking show up for the Heisman? Trevor Lawrence, over the last 3 years, has been the best player in college football. He does what every NFL player or every NFL scout, coach, whatever, anything NFL, he throws people open. That's what makes him so good. And he does it. They say he does it better than Peyton Manning. Wow. That is saying a lot. Because Peyton Manning is considered one of the best, if not the best quarterback to ever play the game. He's better than Tom Brady. I don't give a fuck how many fucking Super Bowls Tom Brady won. If I was drafting a quarterback and Tom Brady and Peyton Manning were in that fucking draft, who are you taking?
Manning.
Come on. The guy fucking
Manning.
His rookie year, he was running that offense.
Yep.
Yeah, he made mistakes, but every rookie quarterback goes through that. Peyton Manning,
his rookie year, I believe.
In his second year, Peyton Manning got better. His interception ratio went down. His touchdown ratio went up. And every year after that, he got better and better and better and better and better and better. And then he got hurt. And he played comeback, and he still looked like that guy that can still fucking do it. Didn't have the arm, but he still was smart enough how to make sure that a guy got open.
A motherfucker beat my Jets in the AFC Championship game.
That motherfucker beat Carolina Panthers in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When Carolina
Please don't bring that up ever again.
Well, Carolina was supposed to win that Super Bowl. There is no way, shape, or form that Denver should have won that Super Bowl. Denver's defense showed up.
Well, that was just a defensive game all around.
But then Peyton Manning just foot to throat, man. Foot to throat. Foot to throat. That, to me, but there is no other quarterback out there right now. Justin Fields has looked shaky as fuck these last 2 games that he's played.
Well, the Jets probably aren't going to.
He is going to get eaten a fucking live against Clemson. Clemson looks really fucking good. They're almost as good as Alabama. Alabama's still probably the number 1 team in the country, but don't be surprised if Clemson beats them. This is just like 2 years ago. Everybody thought Alabama was this unstoppable machine. Here we are again. Clemson is the underdog. And I'm telling you right now, you better not fucking sleep on fucking Clemson, because this is it for Trevor Lawrence. He wants to prove, especially if he loses the Heisman Trophy, he's going to want to prove that I am better than the fucking shitbird across the way. That's how I see it. And that's our college corner for this week, guys. Because nothing's happening. I mean, there's games going on.
Well, I mean, we didn't even go through the top 5. If you want me to go through the 5th guy, at least. Let's see. There was one guy here. There's Justin Fields. 4th is Micah Parsons. He's a linebacker for Penn State. He's 4th apparently.
Yeah, he'll probably go like 3 or 4. So give me the top 5. So number 1 is Trevor Lawrence
is ranked number 1.
That offensive tackle from Oregon is number 2.
Penei Sewell.
I don't give a fuck what his name is.
Justin Fields is number 3 apparently.
Okay.
Number 4 is Micah Parsons, linebacker for Penn State. And number 5 is Jamar Chase. I believe he's a wide receiver. As soon as my thing loads. He's a wide receiver for LSU.
Okay, so that's not. Devontae Smith is way better than he is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
TheDraftNetwork.com.
Yeah, they're retarded. I don't think you pay attention to Mel Kiper and Todd McShay. They're the 2 best guys out there. I mean, I think Devontae Smith is part of a system. Sarah, I think he's a great receiver, but you put him on. I'll put it to you like this: you put him on Wisconsin. He's probably. Then I would probably say, yeah, he's probably. But you look at who Alabama has on their team. Who are you going to double? You can't double anybody, because if you do, then you're leaving another guy open. You can double Devontae Smith, and the other guy on the other side is going to be open. Alabama is just loaded at wide receiver, and it's almost unfair, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. You can't tell a coach they can't recruit the best players. Can't. Then it's up to that kid where he wants to go. Because if that kid wants to go play for fucking Nick Saban, I tell my dad this all the time. Well, they need to put a limit. They need to put a limit on them guys. You can't do that, because then you're going to have a bunch of walk-ons going to fucking Alabama. They aren't going to fucking want to fucking play fucking football for a fucking mediocre fucking school like UCF or it's just
Nebraska.
Yeah. Well, the really frustrating thing is Nebraska used to be really fucking good.
Yeah.
That's where they had that's where all the defensive players came from. And they're fucking running back That's where all the running backs came from. They were so fucking loaded. Back in the 80s, early 70s, 80s, and 90s, man. Nebraska's just that good. That back then. Now if you aren't going to fucking Alabama or fucking LSU or Texas A&M, you ain't shit.
But Oregon's all right.
How often though?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes.
Okay. How good is Alabama? Every fucking year they're good.
Yeah.
They've been in the top 5. They've been in the top 4 for
They've been in the top 1 for every game for the last
every
3
fucking
years.
year. Every fucking year they're either number 1 or number 2.
Yeah, it's either Alabama, Clemson, or LSU usually.
Well, Alabama and Clemson. Ohio State's always going to be there. Because they always get the fucking guy. They always get the people. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. But what are you going to do, Aaron? It's not unfair. LSU is just going to have to recruit harder. And to say that it's unfair, what's really unfair is like a team like Wisconsin. They aren't going to get kids coming to school there. It's fucking cold here.
Yep.
It fucking snows here. You get those kids in Florida that I'd rather play in warm weather.
Yeah,
Miami.
They'd rather,
The U.
yeah.
The U.
But then they, and this is where it gets really fucking funny, is where are most of the fucking NFL teams at? In the North.
Yep. They play in
And then
some of the best teams basically play in weather that you have to adjust to.
Yep.
Like
And so that's why you never see players from Alabama. Some of them do. Some of them do. But you don't see a lot of Alabama players pan out because they don't like playing in cold fucking weather. Because they're so used to playing in 70-degree weather every year. But the Miami Dolphins, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Houston Texans, the Dallas Cowboys, and all them teams out west, the Los Angeles teams, the San Diegos, the Las Vegases, the Arizonas, they can't draft all of them. Mm-hmm. If I'm Green Bay, I'm drafting kids from Ohio State, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Nebraska, Penn State, Michigan State, and saying, you keep them because we got guys that know how to play in cold weather and we'll win more Super Bowls than you do every fucking year. Try that on for size one time.
Well, Derrick Henry's from Alabama, right?
I don't know if he's from Alabama, but he played for Alabama, yes.
Yeah.
He's a running. Okay, so here's the difference. He's a running back.
Yeah,
running backs love cold weather. Running backs, it doesn't matter where you come from. Running backs can adapt because they're used to run. Running backs are your skill. So like offensive linemen. Look at offensive linemen. Uh-huh. They are the guys that fucking walk around and like Ben Jones from Tennessee decided to walk around barefoot at Lambeau Field with the snow coming down that night. Remember? I don't know if you've seen that picture. No. Offensive linemen are like that. They act tough. Well, I'm gonna short sleeve shirt it. And shorts, whatever. I do that here, and I don't know if he was trying to intimidate Green Bay, but it didn't fucking work at all. No. Because Green Bay's like, we do this all the time. I don't understand what you're trying to do, so just slow your roll there, big shooter. So this is the thing, and. Offensive linemen, so running backs are like your skilled players that are offensive linemen. So your skilled offensive linemen are your running backs. They'll play in any fucking kind of weather, short sleeve shirted, fucking wearing shorts and fucking whatever in 20-degree weather. They're the tough, physical motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. Well, you kind of have to be. The guys I'm talking about are the wide receivers and the quarterbacks. They don't want to play in cold weather. They'd rather go to fucking Alabama and Florida where, yeah, they can play in rain, but if it's 20 degrees, I can't throw a ball. Well, that's an issue for you then, there, big shooter. You know? So, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about the NFC East. Let's talk about Bob has to be kind of happy with this past week.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Carolina beats Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scared me because Washington was starting to come back too.
Yeah, well, they were going to. The
Sorry about
Reds.
Spring Haskins.
All right, so somebody, I can't remember who it was. Who was it that asked me? It was Rayshawn that asked me the question. He goes, "Do you think it was a smart move releasing Dwayne Haskins?" I don't know. I don't know the issues. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some discipline issues with him, but he is a team player, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it was a bad move. It doesn't hurt them financially, really. He's
Well,
a
nobody
first
picked
round.
him up off the waiver wire, so
It,
he's a.
they essentially wasted a first round pick. Nobody claimed him off of the waiver wire, so he is a free agent.
Huh?
Yeah, they're out full force today. So getting rid of Dwayne Haskins, was it a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know.
Oh, they might even go for Kirk Cousins. Bringing Kirk Cousins back to
They
Washington.
won't bring Kirk Cousins back.
No.
No, I think Minnesota will end up re-signing him again.
Oh, okay.
He's their best option.
Again, Kirk Cousins isn't bad. Kirk Cousins and that offense isn't the problem. It's the defense this year. It's the defense. That's all I'll say. Yeah. The Eagles, the Cowboys. I changed my pick. I just didn't think the Eagles, just watching it, and then everybody on their defense got fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Right when I did that, Fletcher Cox ended up getting hurt. Fucking Darius Slay Jr. ended up getting hurt. He came back, but they were
Losing
depleted.
Fletcher Cox, man, that's a huge blow.
You lose Fletcher Cox, you're just going to be able to do whatever you want because there's no pass rush. They do have guys on the front, and plus they're missing a Barnett, who is their first-round pick from a couple of years ago, who's been playing well.
And they're also placing. They're also they got Hurts that's playing for the rest of the season. So
I don't think he's the answer.
Jalen Hurts.
I still think Carson Wentz is better.
Carson Wentz, I think he's coming up. Is he a free agent coming up soon? Because they need to decide if they want to keep him or not.
I dare them to get rid of him. They're going to be hurt so bad financially if they cut him.
Yeah, because Carson Wentz is the reason why they got to the Super Bowl that year. So
again, and I keep fucking saying this, Philadelphia, the reason why Carson Wentz has struggled is his offensive line is depleted. He doesn't have anybody. Who's there to protect him? The center? The center can't block all 5 fucking guys or blitzes. He can't pick everything up. I mean, goddamn. What do you fucking Philadelphia fans expect? Carson Wentz is not that bad, of course. I mean, what has Jalen Hurts done? Jalen Hurts has looked no better. Have they looked? Well, of course they're going to fucking want to play for the guy. Who wouldn't? I'd want to play for him. But the point is, how come they weren't doing this when Carson Wentz was? The team is no different. Doesn't mean Jalen Hurts is any better than Carson Wentz. They don't.
Definitely for Philadelphia in the offseason, definitely defense first focusing for them.
True.
Offensive line, I think they just got hurt really badly this season. I think they'll be healthy next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot like Dallas. What happened to Dallas? Their offensive line. They don't have an offensive line. They still have a pretty good wide receiving core. They still have a pretty good they still have Ezekiel Elliott. Yep. I mean, they still have.
Shit, what's the Des Bryant situation? Or not Dak Prescott thing? Is he a free agent after this year?
He is.
Jesus.
They franchise tagged him.
Oh, okay.
They can franchise tag him again, but he's going to be the highest paid quarterback in the league. Because they'll have to give him fucking Patrick Mahomes kind of money.
Wow.
And I agree with Rayshawn. I don't like how Carson Wentz is getting shit on. It's not his fault. They got rid of his Nelson Aguilar. They traded him to fucking Las Vegas. He's got Deshaun Jackson, who was hurt half the fucking year. And then mysteriously, Deshaun Jackson comes back when they bench Carson Wentz. I just think the players don't like Carson Wentz because he's getting paid a lot of fucking money and they aren't. Well, I'm sorry. The quarterback should be the highest paid player on the fucking team. You fucking schmoozer. Just shut the fuck up and catch passes because that's what you're there for. Deshaun Jackson is a piece of shit. He's the Jamal Adams of the fucking of receivers. Oh, he's almost worse than Terrell Owens, but remember that fucking debacle.
It's going to be interesting going into the offseason because I'm not sure, but I think, it'd be a really, for a player to go to a new team, Julian Edelman leaving the Patriots. I think he might be a commodity going after into next season.
I don't know. He's getting old. He's getting old. He might be that guy that can come in on third down and catch a couple of passes, but I don't think he's not a guy that I'm going to fucking go and spend a bunch of money on just to put him on my roster. If anything, he'll go to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, jeez, but they already got Mike Evans.
I know, but Julian Edelman. Why do you think Rob Gronkowski? Yeah, Tom Brady wanted him to come and play for him.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Antonio Brown's there. They don't need anything.
Chris Goodwin.
Well, he's hurt.
Oh, he's hurt?
Yeah, Mike Evans is battling an injury, and this is why I don't know if Tampa Bay's got what it takes.
Ronald Jones, I think he's on the COVID list.
I don't know.
Oh, but they have Leonard Fournette.
I don't pay attention to that. Right. The Packers, the Titans, and the Packers. Packers had a perfect game plan, man. You couldn't have asked for anything better. That is the best I have seen Green Bay play. That is the game I've been looking for from Green Bay all fucking year. A consistency, not giving anything up. They had a 19-0 lead, and then all of a sudden they just quit doing in the middle. I'm like, oh my God, they scored a touchdown. Okay, let's tighten some shit up. And the very next play coming out of the half, they give up that long run to Tannehill. And I'm like, fuck, here we go. Fucking same as fucking previous 2 or 3 weeks. And then Green Bay they kept their foot on the throat of the Tennessee Titans. They did not let Derrick Henry get anything. And what he did get, he got in the fourth quarter. What's that?
Did he fumble it as well? Or did Green Bay recover a fumble?
Green Bay picked him off twice. I think they picked off.
Yeah, that's where I think, the Tannehill picks, right?
Henry didn't fumble. Green Bay just didn't let him get them big chunk yards.
Oh, okay. I think I just saw somebody.
He had 23 carries for 98 yards, which is just a little over 4 yards a carry. So he was, like at the beginning, he had 11 carries for 36 yards in the first half.
That's it.
And
36 yards for from the first half. That's it.
Yep.
So that's really good. That's how you have to play.
In fact, Green Bay had them under 100 yards total offense going into halftime.
That's awesome. That's what you have to do against.
And that's what I've been looking for from Green Bay all year. Mm-hmm. And this is up against the number 1 scoring defense in the fucking league.
Well, this way, yeah. Apparently, Titans were the number 1 offense.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, that's really impressive. Them putting up, going up against the Titans. So
you're wrong about Green Bay being a fake team.
Well, I'm just saying. I said, they win twice a year against the same opponents, right? But except the
well, so does every other fucking team. Come on, man. You can't use that.
I'm just saying.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Weak teams, you get ahead.
You're in a division. You're in a division. It's the same as somebody saying,
which is doing pretty
Yeah,
bad.
New England Patriots, and this is the analogy that you're using, is, well, Green Bay beats up on their fucking teams within their division. How many years did New England beat up on the teams within their division?
Too many.
You can't make that argument because Green Bay doesn't. Minnesota is usually very competitive in their division. So is Chicago. For everybody shitting all over Chicago, they're still competitive.
Right.
But
But you
when
also
they play against Green Bay has only been good for 2 fucking years. The previous 2 years to this year and last year, Green Bay didn't even make the fucking playoffs. So why are people shitting all over fucking Green Bay saying, well, they get everything? They didn't make the playoffs for 2 years. The fuck are you talking about?
what years were those?
The previous, not this year, not last year, but the previous 2 years, I think they went 6-10 both years.
Oh, really?
Did not make the playoffs.
Well, after like 10 years of my brain, at least 8 of those years, Green Bay's made it.
Yeah, but
Well,
Minnesota has been right there.
Right, but
The year Green Bay won the Super Bowl, they didn't even win their division. Chicago did. Chicago had the best defense and one of the best offenses in the league that year.
Yeah. Chicago had 1 year where they went to the NFC Finals that year.
Yes, and they played Green Bay, and 10-7 was the final score.
Decided to fuck up in that game.
10-7 was the final score.
Yeah.
And the only touchdown Green Bay scored in that game was an interception by B.J. Raji.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay scored a touchdown, ended up winning 10-7.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to hear that, well, Green Bay has a weak division.
I mean,
if you want me to be honest with you, if you want me to be honest with you, Cooper, the AFC East is a lot weaker than the NFC North.
So, yeah. Okay. And that way, so you think Buffalo and Patriots are the weaker teams. So, yeah, that's why I think Buffalo.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Okay. Well, either way, I just think both of those divisions, they have shitty teams, and that's why they do so well every year.
But, I mean, you look at New Orleans. They've won the fucking NFC South 4 years in a row now.
Oh, well, they've had Atlanta, like, what? Years ago, they were.
Atlanta is only 2 years, 3 years removed from the Super Bowl.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. It's like they were tough, and then they just plummeted this year for some reason. Well, last year as well, too. I guess running back has been a bit of an issue for them. So they like Todd Gurley was supposed to be an issue or supposed to help them, and I don't think he's really helped out.
You really want me to go there with the worst division? The worst division is the NFC West. Seattle's dominated the NFC West.
No.
Yes, they have. They have. They have. When is the last time Seattle has not? When is the last time Seattle has not won the division aside from last year?
I have no idea.
All right, then. That's what I think.
But either way, but yes, many years ago they did have the worst division. That's how Seattle got ahead a few years.
Arizona's been crap for fucking ever.
Yeah.
San Francisco's been shit forever, ever since Colin Kaepernick left, and then last year they decided I don't know what the fuck. That was a fluke, I think. But you look at that. And then you've got who's the other team? The Rams. They were good 2 years ago.
They have about 2-3 years. They were good.
But Seattle has been one of those teams that has been Seattle has been one of those teams that has consistently been there in the NFC West. They're either number 1 or number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Green Bay has either been number 1 or number 2, except for the last couple of years. In fact, Detroit beat them in the 2 years ago. Green Bay was the fourth. I think they tied 1 year with Detroit. So Green Bay hasn't always. I mean, yes, Green Bay has always had a great quarterback, but Green Bay has had a great quarterback for 30 fucking years plus now. Not arguing that, but Green Bay doesn't always win the division. Minnesota wins it sometimes. Minnesota has actually won 3 of the last 4 prior to this year.
I have to look about that stuff, but either way, if you compare those 3 divisions, I think definitely the NFC East or the NFC West is the stronger out of those other 2, though.
Well, yeah, it is because they're all competitive.
AFC East, I think, has been pretty bad with the Jets, Dolphins, and Bills for many years.
But the NFC North hasn't always been bad.
Well, the Lions, pretty bad.
Well, okay, cool.
Lions, Bears, they've been pretty bad.
The Bears have been okay. They're competitive.
Actually, yeah, they did make the playoffs a couple of years ago with Khalil Mack.
They're 8-8, 7-9 every year. They're there, 9-7. Minnesota's usually around 11-5, 10-6, 12-4. They're usually pretty good. Green Bay's just been better the last 2 years. That doesn't mean they're going to be the best next year. Just have to see. I'm telling you right now, Minnesota, all they need to do is and these players that they have in Minnesota are very young. They have the youngest secondary in the league. So that argument there, I mean.
Well, here's how we could do this. Why don't you do your ranking system from top number 1 all the way down with each of those teams? How would you rank them from bottom to top?
What do you mean?
So obviously you would put Green Bay number 1.
Well,
right?
this year, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And last year, yeah.
But I would put Bills number 1. So Bills.
Oh,
Bills,
well, I was going to get to that. I'm going to give the power rankings right now.
Oh, okay. Why don't we just get to that then?
All right. So number 32.
Jaguars.
Come on.
They got a lot there.
Number 31.
Jets.
Nope.
No. Jeez, who's Cincinnati?
Nope.
Oh. Who else did terrible? No, I've Washington?
Nope.
No idea.
Detroit.
Oh, Detroit. That's why I forget about them.
The Jets moved up 1 spot to 30. The Bengals are at 29. The Texans are at 28. Broncos fall 2 to 27. The Patriots drop 5 to 26. The Giants fall 6 to 25. The Eagles stayed at 24. The Vikings dropped 3 to 23. The Panthers went up 5 spots to 22. The 49ers went up 5 spots to 21. The Falcons went up 3 spots to 20 because they stayed close with Kansas City, which I'm not going to hate on it. The Raiders dropped 1 spot to 19. The Cowboys went up 4 spots to 18, and they still have a chance to win the division. The Washington football team dropped 2 spots to 17. The Chargers went up 1 spot to 16. The Bears dropped 1 spot to 15. Cardinals stayed at 14. I think I would be dropping them like a fucking fly because they keep fucking losing. The Rams went down 3 spots to 13. The Dolphins went up 1 spot to 12. The Colts dropped 2 spots to number 11. And I want to talk about the Colts. I did want to talk about that. Here's the thing. I said it. The Colts are that team that have a good defense, but when they run into a team that can put up numbers, Ben Roethlisberger, who's been struggling throwing the deep ball, threw 2 beautiful passes. Indianapolis ran into a team determined to win, and they took a 24-7 lead, relying on their defense. This vaunted defense to shut them down. Always feel bad for the person that has to pick up the mic after a mic drop. What the fuck does that even mean? I cannot. The Colts may not even make the playoffs. Right now, they're on the outside looking in. They have to hope that the Browns lose. They have to hope that either the Browns, the Ravens, or who's the other team, or Dolphins lose. There is a good opportunity that's going to happen because the Bills play the Dolphins. The Ravens will not lose to the Bengals, and I do not see who's the other team?
I'm just looking at it right now. The Browns, the Ravens.
The Browns I can see losing to the Steelers.
Yeah, the Browns are going against. They're what? They're going against their Mason Rudolph, right?
I don't care. Browns couldn't beat the fucking Jets.
You think that bad now, eh?
The Browns to me are shit. They relied on Baker Mayfield to win them a game, and I'm gonna put this, and people are feeling sorry for Baker Mayfield. Why? If I'm Baker Mayfield, I'm going to the coach and saying, dude, we have two great running backs. Let's run the ball. This is why Baker Mayfield is never going to go anywhere in the NFL, because he's more about what he can do, not what the rest of his team can do. I don't want a quarterback on my team like that. My God, they have Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, and they don't fucking do anything with it. Get the fuck out of here. They aren't beating the Steelers. They aren't. And I don't care if they get fucking 4 of their receivers back. They're not beating the fucking Steelers. They're not. Now, the Colts had an opportunity to shut the door, jumping up 24-7, and then shitting the fucking bed. If I am a Colts fan, I am very, 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 very disappointed. Very disappointed. Because in no way, shape, or form do you rely on a defense to stop a team that can put up numbers. Because Ben Roethlisberger is a fucking veteran and he can still fucking do it. Shame on Frank Reich. Shame on that defensive coordinator. They totally went away from what they were doing. Totally. They deserve to lose that game. I don't want to hear any more about the Colts because I don't even think they're making the playoffs this year.
Well, I was just about to tell them their scenarios here. They clinched the AFC South division with a win and a Tennessee loss. So
and who does Tennessee play?
I don't know. Let's see.
Hold on, I got it in front.
They
play the Texans, and I don't see the Titans. I don't see the Texans losing or beating the Titans. I don't see it happen.
Okay, so the division will go to the Titans. Okay, so Baltimore is not going to lose their game to Cincinnati. So then Cleveland has to lose their game to Pittsburgh, which is a possibility.
It's a possibility.
It is a possibility. Miami is going against Buffalo. They also need Miami to lose their game to Buffalo. I don't see that happening.
They need to. They need.
Yeah. They need Miami to lose their game. Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, sorry.
So they need 4 teams to lose. Well, they need one of these 4 teams to lose in order to get in the playoffs. There's only 3 spots. Well, if they lose to the Jaguars, then their season surely is a shitstorm.
Yes.
They lost to the fucking Jaguars at the beginning of the fucking year. Because the Jaguars didn't have their shit together. That they shouldn't have won that game.
So there's
3 spots, and they have to rely on 4 teams to lose, right?
basically, if Miami loses their game, then the Colts basically, I think, can get in.
But they have to beat
first of all, Indianapolis has to win no matter what. So
they're
have
playing
to
the
win.
Jaguars. And like I said, like Coop said, they have to win. They lost to Jacksonville at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that's devastating. Yeah, so they also need Miami to lose. It looks like Miami's going to lose. So
maybe. Or they might pull a rabbit out of the fucking hat like they did fucking
up
Sunday.
A fight this year. So the Dolphins, they can put up a fight. We'll see what they are. We'll see if they're real contenders.
All right. So number 10 is Tennessee. And the only reason, and justifiably, Tennessee is ahead of Indianapolis because Tennessee leads the division. The Browns dropped 3 spots to number 9. The Buccaneers went up 4 spots to number 8. The Steelers went up 4 spots to number 7. The Seahawks went up 1 spot to number 6. Here's your top 5. The Ravens, the Saints, the Packers, the Bills, and the Chiefs, according to NFL.com. That's your top 5. My top 5, the Ravens, the Saints, the Bills, then the Packers, then the Chiefs. And again, I can't justify putting the Bills ahead of the Chiefs because the Chiefs thoroughly dominated. I mean, thoroughly dominated on both sides of the ball, the Bills. In fact, I picked the Bills in that game, if I remember correctly. I picked the Ravens to beat the Chiefs. I've been wrong twice on those accounts. The Chiefs step up. When they play to the level of their competition, it seems. Which means that if they played like the Ravens or the Bills, they're probably going to beat them by 30 because that just shows how dominant they really are. And they'll take it easy on the fucking Jaguars of the AFC because they don't want people getting hurt, because they want to be able to be healthy when they play the Bills and the Ravens and the Steelers and the Browns. God, they're gonna fucking sneak into the fucking playoffs somehow. But it is what it is. The Saints deserve to be number 4. They still won thoroughly. They still have a really good football team. But if they don't get Michael Thomas back anytime soon, they're in trouble. Green Bay beat New Orleans with a depleted roster. They have one wide receiver, a guy that can't catch. And they thoroughly dominated the Saints. Yeah, they won 37-30, but that's because Green Bay couldn't stop anybody on defense. Now, Green Bay has a defense that I think could probably do the job. You ready for picks? And what do you guys think?
Well, I was going to ask Bob what's his top 5?
Yeah, Bob, what's your top 5 colors? I think he fell asleep. Just kidding. I don't know if he did or not. Bob, are you awake?
Uh-oh.
Green.
Which color green?
It's all right. I'll just so my top 5. I know we always disagree every week on this because for the third week, I'm still thinking that right now I go by weekly of how good each team is doing by the week, and to me, I'm going Bills number 1.
You should put Green Bay number 1. They played the best. They played better than anybody. They should have beaten.
I don't know. Like,
okay, the Bills. I'm going to tell you this right now. The Bills should have beaten the Patriots as bad as they did. That was expected. I expected that to happen.
I thought the Patriots
Yeah.
would put a little bit.
Patriots are fucking.
Instead, we got a nice gif of Bill Belichick throwing a phone, though. That's pretty good. We get that out of that game. But either way, I just Bills every week. They're looking better and better. This week, to me, them just destroying the Patriots. That's why I'm keeping them number one. I'm going Kansas City. No. Kansas City, to me, every week. I'm Green Bay, number two. Kansas City, three to me, just because Kansas City, they just barely win every game right now. So, look, here, if we go back on the schedule for the last 6 weeks, they've only won their games by at least 3 to 5 points.
Okay.
So it's compared to Buffalo, where they're winning by 2 touchdowns in their games. So,
Okay.
so that's why with just and I'm not sure what the Packers schedule is like, but I think the Packers do much better when it comes to offensive points in their.
Let me see. Who did the Chiefs play last week? The Falcons. Who did they play the week before?
The Saints. They only won by 3 points.
Oh, come on, Coop.
They bet the week before that the Dolphins. They only won.
But they're
by
playoff
5.
teams.
I know, but they're only.
Okay, let's
by
look at
5
who the Bills played. The Bills played the Steelers. Yeah, they dominated the Steelers. Let me see. Who did they play the following week? The Broncos.
The Broncos, yeah.
And then the Bills played the Patriots, who were a former shell of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So come on. Probably I give you the Steelers. I give you the Steelers, but I'm not going to give you the Chiefs. The Chiefs have had a tougher schedule the last 3 games.
Yeah, the last 3 games: Dolphins, Saints, and Falcons. Right? So yeah, but they're only winning by 3 points.
Again, they're tougher teams.
So I'm going to look at I want to look at Green Bay because that's why I have them ranked number 2 right now, because I think they're scoring more overall points.
Okay,
over
let's
their
look at
points.
Green Bay the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Or the last 3 games. When you started saying that the Patriots are the best or the Bills are the best team in football. Let me see. Let's look at Packers played the Lions. They beat them 31-24.
Packers 40-14 last week. They won by I think 8 points over Panthers. So that's more points than Kansas City, right?
Okay, but you look at what they did to Tennessee, who is a division leader, as compared to what Buffalo did to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who is also a division leader.
Well, they went against the Patriots this week and dominated.
I understand that, but they should have. They're a lesser team.
And so I'm still looking at the Packers schedule. They went against the Lions. They kicked their ass 31-24. They the week before that they went against the Eagles 30-16. That's pretty dominant as well.
Who?
That's what I'm saying. The Eagles. They beat them 30-16.
Who beat who?
Packers. They beat the Eagles.
Okay.
So and then the week before that, 41-25. See, this is Green Bay's offense. I think it's just been much more dominant than Kansas City getting 3 to 5 points. That's why.
I can't disagree with that.
That's why I'm putting.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, if I'm putting Green Bay and Buffalo on a neutral field right now, I think Green Bay's better.
Hopefully, we'll see that in the Super Bowl.
I don't think we're going to.
It's probably going to be Kansas City.
It's probably going to be Kansas City, and here's why: because they will find a way to win.
They also have first round bye, which always helps.
Buffalo's going to have 2 home games possibly.
Yeah, and they don't get that first round bye, which makes it even more tougher for them. So
the one thing that I will say for Buffalo is that they are used to playing in weather conducive what Kansas City has. The difference is one is a grass field and the other one is a synthetic field. It plays a lot slower. Buffalo relies on their speed. And Kansas City does too. But Kansas City's used, they play 8 to 10 to 12 games on grass a year. So they're used to it. They're conducive. Their roster is conducive to what they play in. Buffalo is used to synthetic field. That could hurt them. That's where the difference between Kansas City and Buffalo is. They're similar, very similar. Buffalo has a little better defense, but Kansas City can run the ball, and then they have Patrick Mahomes when they need him. They can do that. That's the kind of offense they have. They have so many fucking weapons in Kansas City that you can't keep them down. And they keep talking about it. With Green Bay, you got to stop one guy, and they can't stop one guy. Nobody. I have yet to see anybody stop Davante Adams from getting ball. You could triple cover this guy right now, and you can't stop him from. In fact, they do. They did it Sunday night, and he still caught fucking. I think he caught 11 balls for 140 yards and 3 touchdowns.
See, that's why I'm putting Green Bay's offense second overall to Kansas City. I think they've just been more dominant right now in offense. So that's why I just want to finish this. First, I'm going Bills. Second, I'm going third, Kansas City. Fourth, Saints. Fifth is Baltimore.
Who do you think has a better, just right now, if you were to put Green Bay and Buffalo on the field, who's better?
I go Buffalo.
You think you think Josh Allen is going to be able to outdo that offense?
I think if you take away Aaron Rodgers off the field,
you can't though. You can't because if you take away Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay can still run the ball.
Well, yeah, they got Aaron Jones, but I just think that with that secondary defense, maybe they could get a pick or two off of Aaron Rodgers as well.
Aaron Rodgers don't make fucking mistakes. He made one this past week. But that mistake was just him just being stupid. When it comes to situations like that, like in a Super Bowl, he ain't making that mistake. He's not. Not in that crucial of a game like that. Not like that. I dare them to try to put Tre'Davious White on fucking. I don't think he can cover Davante Adams.
Well, they probably have the double coverage.
Go ahead, because then it'll open up everything else.
Yeah, they got those young guys, right?
On the other side of the ball, I dare. Green Bay's going to put 8, 9 guys in the box and force Josh Allen to beat them, and I don't think that Green Bay has a better secondary than Buffalo.
Really?
Yes. That's what the pundits are saying, and I fucking agree with it. Jair Alexander is more of a shutdown corner than Tre'Davious White right now.
Really?
You should have watched that. I haven't seen Tre'Davious White do what Jair Alexander did last night. He's good. He's probably right there, but I have yet to see anybody shut down. He shut down both A.J. Brown and Corey Davis. Didn't get shit. Didn't give up a damn thing. They had to go to Kevin King, who's a pretty goddamn good cornerback himself. You can get things on Kevin King, but they didn't get shit on Jair Alexander last night. And then you've got on Adrian Amos, and then you have Darnell Savage. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Green Bay. I think right now Green Bay is better than Buffalo.
Just trying to find where they are right now. I know they have the Ravens as like top 3.
Green Bay's defense. Green Bay has the second best offense in the league. Where is Buffalo at? They're nowhere near. I think they
Buffalo's
might be
ranked 14th defense. Packers are ranked 15th defense.
15th overall.
Yes, they're
Okay.
right.
Now look
they're
at off.
right
Now look at the offenses.
Okay, so offenses. That's probably.
There's your big disparity.
Let's see here. Offense. Chiefs are number 1. Packers number 2, and Bills number 3.
Yeah. So who wins?
Right there. They're right there with each other. They're right there. With
Yeah,
each
but
other.
how close is Buffalo to Green Bay?
Well,
You're
Packers have are one over on offense, and Bills are one over on.
That's not what I'm talking about. You look at the yard disparity. That's what I want to hear. How many total yards does Green Bay have?
Total yards. I don't know. It's these numbers. It's only showing me the first 2 numbers. Just this website's not very good with the phone.
Okay, so here, I'll put it to you like this. Green Bay is still doing less with more, or more with less, than what Buffalo is. Buffalo should probably be higher than Green Bay. They have a more prolific offense. They have a better receiving core than Green Bay does, but yet Green Bay's putting up more yards. What does that tell you? I don't know if Buffalo can stop Green Bay. Can Green Bay stop Buffalo? I trust Green Bay's defense more than I trust Buffalo's defense. Buffalo, when they come up against a defense that is better, a really good defense, they struggle. Look at what they did against Kansas City.
I will agree with you that there are teams out there that did kick the Buffalo Bills' butt. We saw that with the Raiders, right?
They have a really good fucking offense.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right there with each other, though.
Well, I'm not saying they're not. But right now, I think Green Bay was just a little bit better than Buffalo. All right, let's get to the week. 17 games, folks. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm. Bobby, you there?
No. Yes, maybe.
Hey, Bobby, what's your top 5?
AB Chiefs, Packers, Steelers, Saints, and possibly Bills.
Well, the Bills should be ahead of the Steelers because the Bills beat the Steelers.
Yeah.
So I would flip the Bills and the Steelers.
Yeah, I'll do that.
They're trying to help you out here, man. Trying to walk you in on it.
Appreciate it.
No problem. That's how I do it. All right. You ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Game of the week. Jaguars at the Colts.
Oh, good God.
JP, are you going to go Jaguars? No?
I didn't last week.
Yes, you did.
Did not go to the Jaguars. I didn't go. Who did they
I'm
play?
going Colts, though, on that one.
I'm going Colts, too, by the way.
Oh, they did take the Jaguars.
They were playing the Bears.
They were playing the Bears. I didn't think the Bears would fucking do what they did. But I'm going to go with the Colts.
Yeah, Jaguars going for a number 1.
Well, they already have it. They don't need. They can win Sunday and they still have the number 1 pick.
Yep. The Jets actually won 2 games this year. Thank God.
Who do you got?
I got Colts.
Next game. Staying in the AFC South, the Texans at the Titans, or the Titans at the Texans. I think I took the Titans. I took the Titans. I am going to change it.
I think the Titans need to win their division, so I got to go Titans in this one.
Okay.
I'm going Titans as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going Titans for the simple fact that the Texans. Did you see what I put in the chat with JJ Watt?
Me? Sorry.
JJ Watt, his press
Yeah, I did.
conference. He said, if you don't want to lift weights, if you don't want to come in and do the work, you should not fucking be here. And dared.
That video rant that you.
Yes.
Oh yes, that's what you meant. Yes, yeah, I saw that. Yes, that's beautiful. JJ Watt said beautifully.
That is somebody that fucking cares.
Yeah, we suck. He's gonna make a Subway commercial out of this soon.
You know what he's going to do when he's done in Houston?
Uh-huh.
He's going to go to Pittsburgh.
He played with his brother?
He's going to play with his brothers.
Oh, that's right. They both play there.
His other brother, Derek, TJ. Yeah. Could you imagine Derek or TJ and fucking JJ
all together
on that fucking? Good luck. Good luck, Baltimore.
They would save so much money on Subway sandwiches. They could just cut one sandwich to the third and they can all.
You good? All right, Falcons at the Buccaneers. Now the Buccaneers, I think, are in.
Yeah.
I don't think they. I don't. Yeah, they clinched a playoff spot. They might. They aren't winning the division, so they might sit players.
Yeah.
Because they are hurt right now. Right now, they have a roster that is fighting injuries.
Yeah.
And they need to get healthy.
If
they're going to even think about having a shot at fucking Green Bay or whoever, they need to get healthy. I'm going with, this is going to be a tough one. I'm still going to go with Tampa Bay because they haven't said if they're sitting their starters.
Yeah. I agree, because if Tampa Bay is putting their starters out there, they're going to go for a win, and that's who I'm going to go with too.
They want to stay in the 5. I don't know if they drop any, because I think they beat everybody ahead of them. We got Bobby.
I'm gonna go Tampa Bay as well.
Okay. Washington Redskins at Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh my God. I'm gonna laugh so hard if the Giants win their fucking division at 6-10. Oh my God. If Washington loses this game, I'm gonna go Washington this one.
You're going Washington?
Jalen Hurts is playing. Chase Young, I think, is going to be playing against Jalen Hurts. And I think I just think Washington is going to pull out the win with the defense. So, but I don't know who they have at quarterback.
Washington?
Yeah, they have a quarterback now.
Alex Smith might be back. He just had an ankle sprain.
Oh,
but if he's not, then that kid that they had quarterbacking for him, who didn't do too bad. He didn't do bad.
I'm going to go Washington, though.
I understand. Who did I go? I'm going to go Washington for the time being, but if that one kid's starting, I'm going with Philadelphia. Because right now, they better hope that their defense doesn't give up shit. Because I don't know how many points they can score. I really don't. And I don't see the Giants.
I'll go Philly.
Okay. That's fine. And the next game. Staying in the NFC East. Cowboys at the Giants.
Oh, my God.
If Washington loses, whoever wins this game wins the NFC East. Which means the NFC East winner will be 6-10.
From what I know, I think the Giants have the 30th offense right now in the NFL.
Yes, they can't move the ball.
So that's why I think the Dallas Cowboys can put more offense. I know Giants have a pretty good defense, but I think that the Dallas Cowboys can put more offense over them. So
Right. Bobbitt, who you got?
I got the Cowboys.
I think I took the Cowboys as well. I think Heather, who'd you take? I think Cowboys are going to win the division, girls.
Washington loses, Cowboys win the game, win their division.
Yep.
Either way, a
And
7
we
to
were
9.
saying that they were one of the worst teams in the fucking league there not too long ago. In fact, they were ranked number 31.
Yeah.
Well, they were ranked number 30.
So does this make this one of the worst playoff teams in NFL history?
It will. It will. All right. Oh, you ready?
Oh,
Jets at the Patriots.
no. If the Jets win 3 in a row, no. But I'm gonna go Patriots. I'm gonna go
Patriots as well. Heather, Bobbitt.
I'm going New England.
Yeah, he's trying. I'll show you that in a minute. Chargers at the Chiefs.
Chiefs, are they benching their starters?
They can if they want to.
Yeah,
They aren't playing for a damn thing.
Yeah, that's probably, you know what, I think Chargers, if they're benching their starters, then I'm going to go Chargers.
They haven't said that they are.
Right, so.
And Andy Reid usually doesn't do that.
Yeah, that's right. No, he doesn't.
He plays them a half. If they're ahead, then he'll bench them.
Okay, yeah. Well, in that case, I'm going to go Chargers.
In that case, you're going to go Chargers, even though they're probably
not. Sorry, no, Chiefs. I got mixed up.
I like the Chargers. I like what they've done in the last few weeks. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is a whole different animal. Now, they did play the Chiefs tough the last time they played. In fact, they should have beat the Chiefs the last time they played them. But the Chiefs were handed the keys to the car. They didn't fight for them. They were handed the keys. I'm going to go Chiefs, though. Heather? I didn't hear you. Bobbitt?
I'm going to go Chiefs.
Now, I will say this. Dan Rex, if they do sit their players, I will go Chargers. Because I think the players behind the starters for the Chiefs are not as good as the players that start for the Chargers. All I'm going to say. So don't get too fucking excited and don't say what the fuck. Because the Chiefs damn near lost. In fact, I said it. The Chargers damn should have beat the Chiefs the first time they played them. They were handed the keys to the car. They didn't fight for it. They were handed the keys. And Justin Herbert's been playing way better. Vikings at the Lions.
Vikings.
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 I mean, come on. The Lions are the 31st best team in the NFL. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame.
Or if you had straight the best team in the NFL.
They were 5-5 at one point this year. And then they
became the Lions.
They became the Lions again.
Oh, yeah, Matt Patricia got fired.
Yeah, Matt Patricia got fired. Something I've been saying should have happened a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
I don't agree with them firing coaches in the middle of the year, but that's one guy that needed to get fucking fired. He deserved to get fired. That guy's a fucking garbage coach. Got everybody? Steelers at the Browns.
I'm going to go Browns. I think they need to get this one.
They better play better than they did last week.
Yeah, I think they got to get this one.
They got to. That doesn't mean they will.
Yeah, I know. But I'm gonna go Browns. I'm gonna go Browns.
Bobbitt?
I'm going Steelers.
Now they are playing Mason Rudolph, who did beat the Browns last year.
Literally.
Yeah, well, he literally got hit in the head with the helmet last year. I think I picked the Steelers, did I not? I'm gonna stick with my pick. But I'll see what they're actually sitting out for the game, because I'm gonna go preliminary. I'm going Steelers, but man, the Browns shit bad, man. I don't know if they're getting the 4 receivers back or not. And if they come out and throw the ball 50 fucking times again like they did last week, might see another coach getting fucking fired, even though he's gonna have a fucking winning record.
Lions.
Rayshawn, who do you got for the Vikings and Lions? Shrek, why do you keep? What did he just retracted all of his fucking? He said Lions. All right. Ravens at the Bengals.
Ravens.
Ravens are playing for a
Ravens.
higher seed. Ravens are playing for a higher seed, so they're going to play their guys.
Yeah. Ravens.
Now, if they were number 1 seed like they were last year, they probably will sit their starters. But they're playing for a higher seed now. So you said you got the Ravens there, Bobbitt? Heather?
Yep.
Heather is hoping the Giants win. What the fuck does that mean? Why would Heather give a shit if the Giants win? No, because the Giants are playing the Cowboys and they're not in the same division. The Steelers ain't going to have any effect. They beat the Steelers twice. Well, teasing her with the Giants makes no fucking sense, Trek. Nice try, though.
all NFCs and shit.
All right. Everybody go? Everybody good? Packers at Bears. Bears have been playing well, but the Packers just beat a team that honestly, I was really concerned about this game. I didn't think the Packers were going to do what they did last night. This is that game where Green Bay is one of those teams where it doesn't look like you're going to have a confident win, but this is going to be a confident win. Green Bay will win this game probably 34-17. Just Green Bay's offense and defense right now is clicking on all cylinders. Going with Green Bay.
Yeah.
Who?
Going with Green Bay as well.
Bobbitt?
I'm going to go with Green Bay.
Okay. Now, the Saints at the Panthers. And I don't know if this is an early game or a late game. This might be a late game. And just like the Packers and the Bears is a late game. If one of these was an early game, if the Saints was an early game, they'd be playing all their starters. But since both Green Bay and New Orleans, I think, are playing a late game, if Green Bay was playing an early game and won, I think the Saints would have sat their starters because I think they have the tiebreaker over the Saints, if I remember correctly. All right? So there you go. They beat the Saints. So, oh, no. So the Seahawks. So, no, they're playing their starters no matter what. So I'm taking the Saints over the Panthers. Who?
Yeah, I agree. Going Saints over Panthers.
It's going to be closer than you think. Bobbitt?
I'm going Saints.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I told you the Panthers are going to have that kind of year. All right.
Just think about it. They're that much closer to being playoff.
Saints game is at
That's true.
3:25 p.m., which to me is that's not an early game. That's a late game. That's a late game. That's a late game. 12 o'clock games are the early games. All right. Dolphins at the Bills. No,
Bills.
you're all right. You're all right, man. There's the 12 o'clock games and then the 3:25 games. That's what I mean by that. Dolphins at Bills.
Bills.
Bobbit.
Oh, I'm going Bills.
Don't be surprised though if the Dolphins pull off an upset though. Won't be surprised.
And then there goes your fucking.
There goes because Dolphins apparently are ranked #1 defense right now. So
there is a night game. There is a Sunday night game, but I'm talking the early. Most of the games. I'm talking about the Sunday day games, the early and late games. The Sunday night game is a completely different thing. There is no Monday night game. All the games end Sunday. I'm gonna go with the Bills, but again, I'm with Coop. I'm not gonna be surprised if the Dolphins win. This is gonna be tough. Here's why. Miami is one of those fucking teams. They're like no. They're like that pesky 4-12 team or 4-win team that fucking they don't go away. You know what I'm talking about?
Chicago.
They're that team that's pesky. They're like the Browns a few years ago. They're a 6-10 team, but they're fucking in every goddamn game that they're playing. They just fuck up at the end. I think that's how this game is going to go. And it's in Buffalo. And if they're getting what we're getting now, yeah, the Dolphins may as well just stay the fuck home. But I've seen Miami beat Buffalo in this kind of weather. So it's a rivalry game. And I do like the scheduling that they did. They've had the like arch rivals playing against each other. Dolphins and Bills is an arch rivalry game. They're arch rivals. The Jets and Patriots, arch rivals. Chargers at Chiefs, arch rivals. Steelers at Broncos, Steelers at Browns, arch rivals. I would have much rather had the Ravens and Browns finish the year because they are the old Cleveland Browns. But I understand why they're doing the Steelers at the Browns. Saints, Panthers, arch rivals. Dolphins, Bills, arch rivals. Seahawks at 49ers. Not traditional arch rivals, but arch rivals nonetheless. Seahawks at 49ers. Bobbit, who you got?
I got Seahawks.
Barely. I'm taking the Seahawks. 49ers have really good fucking defense, man. And I think I took the 49ers to begin. I'm going to take the Seahawks, though. Oh, did I? Okay. I actually did my picks yesterday, so and I know didn't I change a pick? This next pick I'm changing. Did everybody go? Coop, who you got?
Seahawks.
But don't sleep on the 49ers, man. The game that they had last week against the Cardinals.
Yeah.
What did I say about C.J. Beathard?
It's pretty good.
Pretty fucking good. And I think the 49ers beat the Seahawks earlier this year, too. With a more depleted roster. With a more depleted roster than they have now. They got guys back. This next game, Cardinals at the Rams. Now, keep in mind, Jared Goff is going to be out. Cooper Kupp is out. Henderson's out, and I think there's one other player out for the Rams.
Kyler Murray, you said that, right? Kyler Murray might not play,
Kyler
right?
Murray might be out, but they haven't said for sure because they talked about it. The two quarterbacks are going to be two guys that have never had a snap in the NFL.
So they're playing backups?
They may. They haven't said for sure.
Well, I don't know. Are the Cardinals even in? I'm going to go Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals are in. They got to win. What'd you say, Coop?
I'm going to go Cardinals.
He's going to go Cardinals. I am going to go Cardinals as well because I had the Rams, but I didn't? I thought I did. Okay, so I had Cardinals. I didn't have to change any picks, or did I? Okay, so I was pretty much dead on. Who you got, Bob?
I got Cardinals.
Okay. Okay. Heather? Yeah, Cowboys and Giants, Eagles, yeah, Redskins, yeah. I know, man. The Washington and Dallas should have finished the year, but that it is what it is. That would have been a barn burner. Because imagine if the Eagles beat the Giants and then the fucking Redskins and Cowboys played and the Cowboys beat the Redskins. Wow.
Yeah.
Every team that in the NFC North, okay, track. Minnesota and Detroit are bigger rivals. Here's why Green Bay and Chicago are finishing the season. It is the longest running rivalry in the NFL. Yes, Packers and Lions are arch rivals. Fucking Packers and Vikings are arch rivals. Every team in the NFC North is arch rivals. The Packers and the Vikings and the Lions are arch rivals. The Vikings and Bears are arch rivals. They're all arch rivals. But what's the bigger rivalry is Packers Bears. So that's why they finished the way they did. And they scheduled it perfectly because the Packers and the Bears are fighting for a playoff spot. The Bears beat the fucking Packers. There is some ramifications. Big time. Packers might not win home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They might end up being a third seed if that happens.
Or are the Giants and Jets?
Lions and Redskins are not arch rivals. Everybody go? Yeah, you good? Raiders at the Broncos, and this will be I don't know if this is a Sunday night game or if they're actually not doing a Sunday night game this year. Because the Raiders at the Broncos is not a fucking Sunday night game.
Oh no! Can't they move this around or something like that?
They already did the flex scheduling.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I'm gonna go Raiders because Broncos. Yeah.
I'm with you. Heather? I'm going with the Raiders as well. Bobbit.
Raiders.
Okay.
What's James pick for the Cards?
He hasn't said. Dan Rex, who do you got? The Cardinals or the Redskins? Or Cardinals or the Rams? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Are you Rams? Who was it again?
Cardinals.
I'm asking Dan Rex.
We're asking Dan Rex who he's got.
Oh.
Cardinals or the Rams? Oh, you got him? Okay. Card? Okay. All right. So this will end the regular season, and all of the picks that we have will go on through to the playoffs. But as of right now, we're going to show you the chart. And look at Sarah caught me by 2 because I changed the Eagle pick, Eagles pick.
So you guys are tied?
No,
or is she behind you?
I'm still ahead of her. So Sarah is 2 points behind me. Bobbitt is in third now with 157.5. Coop at the 153.5, and Heather at 152.5.
I have just sunk more and more and more, like a turtle that's hiding in a shell.
Right? In the chat, Dan Rex had a lead and lost it to Trek. They are now tied at 155 and a half.
Wow, a tie.
Rayshawn is in second with 152 and a half, and Gina is in third at 150.
Oh wow, nice.
So,
Tie for first going into week 17.
yeah, and here is the prizes for the winner in the chat for the Chance Award. So there you go. There's that. So
Nice.
we will be updating that video again, Heather said so. With that, and two will also be, you're going to give us something for the new intro? Cool, you said?
Yeah, you just wanted me to do something with the cold bone intro thing, but you have to send that to me still.
Oh, shit, that's right. Yes. I will.
Okay, so but I'll do that. But first of all, I just want to say that week 17 is coming up, and most of the players are being suited this year. And one thing I'm really impressed with, because this was a year of unpredictable of things. I'm actually really happy how the NFL has handled this year, because a lot of players, and this might trigger some people, but some players opted out this year, you know,
Yes.
because of the COVID thing. And I think that the NFL has done actually gone over and done way better than expectations when it comes to handling all the players being healthy and everything like that.
I agree.
So,
agree.
so those players that opted out, I think, I know they wanted to carry it for their safety and everything like that, but, I think that if some of those players may have joined this year, like, Jets didn't have CJ Mosley this year. So I think he could have been a factor for the Jets as well. So
Do you think it would have made that much of a difference?
maybe a game or two.
Come on.
Either way, maybe we could have passed the Patriots. I don't know, but either way, I just want to say I'm actually really like happy with how the NFL's handled this year compared to expectations.
Right. No, I can't. The one thing that I will say about the NFL is the referees.
Yeah, of course.
We say it every year, but it is like, come on. You can't be making the same mistakes every fucking year. The simple, that was holding, that was pass interference. What was pass interference last year is not pass interference this year. They need to redefine some of the rules. The gameplay, there's really no one team that I can sit there and say, yeah. There's like 4 or 5 teams that are Super Bowl contenders this year.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City isn't just the only one that everybody expects to win, because Kansas City's beatable. The Raiders beat them, and the Raiders have actually got a really bad fucking defense. In fact, it's supposedly the worst defense in the NFL. So they were able to beat the Chiefs, so why can't somebody else? There's more parity in the NFL than what's let on. So they've done a really good job of handling. And even those players that did not play during the COVID, there's really not too many really big time players that aren't playing because of COVID.
Well, we did see a lot of injuries happen at the beginning of the season. That 1 week where tons of injuries happened with 49ers and everything like that.
Yes.
We did unfortunately lose a lot of injuries this year during the season from on field play. But when it comes to the COVID situation and them making sure they're safe and everything like that, I think they've done over expectations with that.
So I do applaud the NFL, but fix your fucking referees. That's all I can fucking say. That's all I can say. They've done a good job, but keep improving. Don't just think that it's okay to keep. That's all I'm saying. So with that being said, we're gonna get the hell out of here. I want to
Bob?
thank everybody for showing up. Next week we will review week 17 and we will talk playoffs.
Now, yeah, you don't want us to have our things ready for next week, do you?
Oh no, not until
Okay.
we're
Yeah,
not
no.
doing that until
The Pro Bowl.
yeah, I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
about the Pro Bowl. The week before the Super Bowl, we're having a show where we're gonna tell everybody who we picked. Um, all
Franchise
you have
owners
to do with you guys that are watching us, all you have to do, and you're wondering, well, can we pick? Yes, you can.
We don't even know what
Yeah, they do. We talked about it last week.
you're talking about.
No, we didn't. We talked about it last week on the show.
Okay.
The awards that we're gonna have the week before the
Yeah, yeah.
Super Bowl, where we're just gonna talk who our player of the year is, who our fucking defensive player of the year is. They know where I'm talking. We talked
Yep.
about it last week. Go to NFL.com or go to ESPN, and ESPN will probably put up fucking who they think's gonna win. Go to NFL.com and it'll tell you who's up for player of the year, who's the MVP. Go to EP, Google search. That's where we're doing it off of. That's all you got to do. Pick who you think, and you can tell us who you think is that guy. Or we'll put the graphics up and we'll do like we did with the tournament shows, the Christmas show and the Halloween show, where we'll give the chat a vote and we each get to vote for who we think is that player.
Sounds good.
Not really, because Coop said he'd help me.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a hand.
You have to be a lot for you to click.
Okay. Fine. Just, it's easy. Just let me know who's MVP. Shit, and we'll get it figured out. It'll be simple.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make it hard. Put names up for all I care. I don't have to fucking put the picture of the guy up. Just put the names up of the guy. It's fucking simple. We'll figure something out.
I was thinking that just we can have a slideshow for each of us and on one page of all things. So just to make
we can, or we can do it. We can talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
So, but keep that in mind, and we'll see. You can't retrain the refs. They know what to fucking do. Rewrite the fucking rules so that they're definite. You can't just fucking, well, it didn't look like it was. What do you mean it didn't look like it was interference? He grabbed him by the fucking jersey and pulled him down. It's fucking interference.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make it subjective or what is that term? Yeah, it's at the referee's discretion if it's interference or not. The fuck does that even fucking mean? So you're letting the referees fucking do their own thing. The fuck does that? The referees should go by what the rule says in the rule book, and that's interference. If a guy pulls on your fucking jersey and keeps the guy from catching the ball, fucking interference. Or if you aren't gonna fucking throw a flag for interference, throw a flag for goddamn holding. I don't care. Don't fucking matter. That's where my issue is. There's no definite. It's at the discretion of the referee. No, if the guy's impeding the progress of the guy catching the ball, it's interference. Yeah. Coop, you got anything?
I'm 1 week left, and then it's playoffs. Real excited.
Bobbit?
Don't play with your penis in traffic.
I guess. Heather, you got anything?
Rayshawn?
What?
I think she made it to the finals.
Oh, that's right. The finals are this week between
Rayshawn and Heather.
Rayshawn
Heather
and
kicked my ass because of Alvin Kamara.
Woo!
All by himself.
Yeah, she had a good fucking week. That's all I'm gonna fucking say.
Yeah, man. Anybody that went up against Alvin Kamara probably was pissed.
Yeah. So, and they're all playing. So I think that, and this is why, like, this is another thing the NFL did really good. This is why football in week 17, their numbers, their ratings were falling off because nobody was watching them because they had two byes. So the top two teams weren't playing for shit.
Uh-huh. Right.
Now only one team gets a bye. So there's like three teams in the NFC that can win the number one seed. If Green Bay wins, they win the number one seed. But if Green Bay loses and Seattle loses, New Orleans is the number one seed. If Green Bay loses and New Orleans loses, Seattle's in. I already said that, didn't I? If Green Bay loses and Seattle loses, New Orleans is the number one seed. If Green Bay loses and Seattle and New Orleans wins, Seattle's the number one seed. Seattle has two ways in. Green Bay has one, and that's just a win. On the NFC side, it's already wrapped up. Kansas City might be the only team, but usually Andy Reid plays his players for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If his team's ahead, he'll sit them. If they're playing bad or terrible, he will keep playing them. But we'll see. We'll see how. They're the only team that I can really see sitting players right now. So.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be an interesting week.
And keep an eye on our franchise mode now with
Heck,
all
you
three of
didn't
us.
hear anything we said. The picks will go through the Super Bowl. So at the end of the Super Bowl, very next week, which we will review the Super Bowl, that's when we'll give the Chance Award. Nobody listens to me. All right. With that being said, we're going to get out of here. Everybody have a great night. Stay safe and be well.